crashed that the Greeks are actually buying gold sovereigns and trading in US dollars and gold sovereigns because it's their currency's just completely worthless. People won't accept it.
Yeah, I have a contact in the gold bullion business, and he tells me that people in Greece are so fearful of a currency collapse of their currency that they're buying whatever gold they can get their hands on. And this is bullion type gold, but it also applies to jewelry. And so the price of gold per ounce right now is about $12.50 an ounce US, but they're paying in Greece, these citizens are paying the equivalent of $1,800 and per ounce, just because of the fear of the currency and the fact that there's very little gold to be had at the spot price.
And the scary thing is they wouldn't buy it at that price if they didn't think it was going to go to that price in the future. That's the scary thing. So if they think it's going to go up to $1,800,
yeah,
it's a scary thing.
Outside of that, Lee, I have another question. I just remembered now that one of our other customers sent over to me, and that's on the subject of security. Security for your cash, security for your scrap gold jewelry that you're buying, and making sure it doesn't get stolen or anything else like that. And one of the general things I always say is make sure to do business with people that you won't have that risk with. People that are middle class, connected with the community, have a lot of local involvement in activities and things. But outside of qualifying who you're doing business with, Lee, do you have any other suggestions or anything that's worked for you in terms of qualifying and making sure everything is kept safe?
Well, here in Adelaide, you have to be licensed by the government as a second-hand dealer for a start. You're not obligated to buy from anyone. If someone comes in and you're very questionable about their reputation, you can certainly. I won't buy from anyone that doesn't look like they're up to scratch, so to speak. And Adelaide's a small place. We've got our population here is just over 1 million. So people that are not quite right stand out pretty well. I also do gold buying after hours. For those that can't see me at the moment, I'm just going after hours a lot because I'm still working a job. So I say to people, look, I don't carry cash with me after hours. I pay by cheque, and most people are very good with that. And if they're not comfortable with that, well, they're probably not the sort of people I'd want to go and visit anyway.
Yeah.
If they're directly cash after hours, I'm so sorry, I won't come and see you. It's by cheque only after hours. I don't carry cash on me for a security issue.
Yeah.
And most people have been very good with that, so I haven't had any problems. And as far as testing jewellery, I still use the scratch test method with acid. I've only probably bought a couple of pieces that were very, very heavily gold plated, but I still made enough money on the buys to cover that loss anyway.
What sort of payout percentage area, Lee, makes you feel most comfortable?
I pay between, if I know the person really well, I pay up to 75. But because of my business, I'm spending a lot of money on overheads and getting it set up. At the moment, I'm paying 65% of spot. But in the near future, I'll probably take it back up to 75 when I get rid of my overheads. And that's going to be just a huge amount over the opposition. So I'm really looking forward to it. I just at the moment, it's just small steps, slowly, but it will happen. So, yeah, but that's what I pay at the moment.
Yeah, that's a tremendous amount. Quite often when I pay out 50%, I'll get people that say, wow, this is 2 or 3 times what this competitor at the shopping mall offered me, which is really surprising. So 75% is tremendously generous.
Yep.
And let me ask you another question, going back to what you mentioned before about certification with the local government there.
Yep.
What kind of red tape did you have to go through to be able to get licensed or certified there to do purchases?
Here in South Australia, it's very easy. You basically just go through the Department of Consumer Affairs, and they put you onto the local police, and you register with them as a second-hand gold buyer. When the police do a police check on it to make sure you haven't got a criminal record, that you haven't got any outstanding history, they grant you permission to carry on as a second-hand dealer. So you can start trading straight away. You've got to keep records of who you buy from, who you want to sell it to, and you've got to keep the goods for 10 days before you can move them. However, you can move them after 3 days, as long as you actually write down who you want to sell them to. So it's very easy. You just got to do the right thing. So it's quite easy to.
I see.
Really high regulation or a lot of hoops to jump through to get your license.
I see. Well, one of my last questions here for you is, for the person that's out there listening that may be in Australia or anywhere else in the world that wants to kind of learn more about what you're doing, are you open to joint ventures or any kind of international cooperation on any type of project?
I've got a friend of mine who's looking to import some gold from a mine in Africa, from a small mine in Africa. He's going to be using me as the go-between between him importing it into the country. He's going to